Please don't send a cat in the post. Takeaway, in 3 to 5 working days, slight risk of mold. I want to know the strangest thing you've come across being sold online, because that is the theme of today's video. Hey, it's Jamie, thanks for stopping by, and today we are taking a look at Vinted. I'm a big fan of Vinted, I found it recently, and we're going to have a look at some of the stranger interactions and things that have been for sale on Vinted. Oh yes. Now I know this channel is really new, so there's not a lot of content on it yet, but one of the other things that I'm going to be making content about is fashion. I know it's been all about books recently, but there is going to be some fashion content coming up from time to time. Not as frequently as books, but it's gonna be there, I promise. I'm wearing my favorite jumper at the moment today in honor of today's topic being a more fashion related video. I'm just very into this color, although I did realize that I've accidentally dressed like a VO5 bottle of hair gel, but I'm not mad about it. I still love this jumper. Anyway, as I said at the beginning, this video is about Vinted. I have recently found the joys of Vinted. I got a jacket that's worth like over £150 new. I got it new without tags, which makes me slightly suspicious, but it looked new for £30. How cool is that? I'm now on the lookout for a new pair of trainers, but I'm very fussy, so I keep seeing ones I like and hearting them, and they sell before I can make my mind up. I have to go back to them time and time again, and then they're always gone, which is very disappointing. And then I feel like if they've not sold by the time I've gone back to it, there must be a problem with them, so then I don't buy them anyway. I'm gonna get the hang of it, okay? But today we're gonna be looking at some of the things I found on the Vinted subreddit. Now, it is mostly advice for people buying and selling and sharing their experiences and asking for other people's input, which I think is super wholesome that there's a whole community developed around this platform. But I was interested in the stranger things that people have seen for sale and the more bizarre interactions people have had on the platform. So that is what we are looking at today. Are you ready? There are a few things that really shocked me. I was looking for bizarre and I was not disappointed. For the low price of £3, £3.85 when including buyer protection, you can get yourself this drawing of Sabrina Carpenter. My, is it not lifelike? Look at the similarities. Wow, I am awestruck. £3 is a steal. I'm not mocking anybody's art ability. What I would say is that if this was drawn by your kid, put it on the fridge. Wonderful. If this was drawn by you, great, keep doing it. You don't have to be amazing at things to keep loving it and have it as a hobby, and practice does make you better. Talent isn't everything. But why is it being sold on Vinted? This is not the kind of thing you sell. I'm not trying to be mean. You just don't. You just know. Drawing a Sabrina Carpenter, very good. Very good sketch. Now, unless you told me that this was drawn by Sabrina Carpenter herself as a very quick sketch, I'm not interested. Also, the hair is clearly not blonde. Very disappointing. Oh, and the lovely review. Item smells of garlic so much that it still smells after a wash. Sorry, my dogs did something naughty on it. What? 1, why would you sell something that smells so strongly of garlic? And 2, why would you sell something that your dogs had done that on? And 3, why would you say it rather than just being like, oh, I'm sorry, I will give you a refund? And they still gave them 2 stars. I would have given 1. I'm sorry. Hi, I received the trainers, thank you. I tried them on, but they squeak, so I want to return them. Trainers do squeak sometimes. Shoes squeak sometimes. Mostly new shoes. It happens. They're squeaky like little mice on your feet. Hi, they aren't faulty, it's because they're brand new. Once they're broken in, they will stop squeaking. But this person was not happy. They reported the item as being damaged and said the trainers are faulty. They're faulty because they're new. They squeak when you walk in them. I only tried on and walked on my rug, but they make so much noise. I want to return them. It will not allow me to send a video on app. Thanks. Adidas Gazelle as well. I have a pair of Adidas Gazelles. They do squeak. And then there's some trainers that even when they're not new, if you go somewhere with like the polished floors, like a shopping mall or something, they squeak. It can be embarrassing, but it's the price you pay for fashion. Who said fashion was quiet? I wonder if they got their refund. Okay, why do people do this is the name of the post. And it's a cardigan. It's a cardigan where somebody's like folded round the bottom of it. And I'm like, is it a onesie? Are there legs? Is that a belt with it? Like, personally for me, if I'm gonna sell clothing, I'm putting it on a hanger, like tops, on a hanger, and then hanging it on a neutral background, steaming it so it looks all nice, and taking a photograph. I'm not ruffling it on the floor and making it look like a ball. It looks like a rugby ball. roll. I've got no idea how long that cardigan is going to be. This is just not good. 57 people have hearted this. Personally, I wouldn't buy something if the photographs make it really unclear the fit and the length and the shape of it overall. If you folded it all up like that, I'm not interested. This one shocked me to my core. Short, vintage, Calvin Klein. All sounds fine. Good condition, Calvin Klein, €2.50. But are they shorts? Kind of. They're boxer shorts. Somebody is selling good condition, which means used, not even very good condition, just good condition, used Calvin Klein underwear. There's a reason why when you buy underwear new, you can't return it unless it's still sealed in its packet. We don't sell used underwear. No. I mean, some celebrities might. I don't know if they've got those kind of fans and they want to do that kind of thing. But like generally as a rule, we don't sell used underwear. They're also white underwear and you don't want to look too closely at the crotch. Why would you sell underwear second hand? You wear underwear until it falls apart and then you don't pass it on to anybody else. That's the rule, okay? No. Second-hand underwear. I'm honestly also very hung up on the fact that they're only good condition and not very good. A vintage what? Lampshade? Jacket? Shoes? No. A vintage water bottle in good condition. Again, good condition. A vintage water bottle. Spa. Protected since 1889. Rain, natural mineral water. 2 people have hearted this. I'm assuming it's to post it somewhere and to save it for later. €3 for an empty, used water bottle. There is no such thing as a vintage plastic water bottle. Unless you're telling me that it's some fancy glassware bottle from the 1800s, there is no such thing as a vintage water bottle. No. I'm just imagining somebody realised that they had been collecting all the empty one-use water bottles they'd used over their lifetime for the past 20 years, and they've just gone, well, if it's older than 10 years, I'm going to sell it as vintage. If it's newer, I'm just going to sell it as a water bottle. I'll do it for €1 less if it's not vintage. I swear people will try and sell anything. This is what's been proven to me today. This is a shirt that's incredibly bright.
A dog that's incredibly bright.
This is a shirt that from a distance, right, if I make it really tiny, it kind of looks like Care Bears vibe. That's what I thought it was, or like My Little Pony-esque. But then when you zoom in, it's all these like muscle daddy bears in jock straps on a shirt. I mean, each to their own. If that's your thing, cool, go for it. And it's a steal at only €4. 7 minutes ago, not in real time, but when this screenshot was taken, somebody asked, hey, when would you be able to send this, please? Fair question. Sent a kiss. I think a kiss is a little personal for a stranger. But anyway, person replied going, it'll be sent on Tuesday. Don't worry. Tuesday, I've got you. And then 1 minute after being told it was going to be sent on Tuesday, 2 minutes after originally asking when it was going to be sent. I'm so sorry, I just don't think it's right for me anymore. Crying face. And they cancelled the transaction. Why are you asking when it's going to be sent if you're going to cancel the order? And if you're going to cancel the order because it's going to be sent too late, then you say, I'm sorry, that means it's going to arrive too late. I can't buy it anymore. But also if you're that pressed for time, I don't think Vinted, eBay, all of these places are not the best place to buy from if you need something immediately. Yeah. Cozy and kind ragdoll with accessories. Now this is a ragdoll cat. A cat. Somebody is selling a cat on Vinted. I feel like that's bizarre. How are you planning to transport the cat? That is a very valid question. There are certain places that you sell, like Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, that is very much the given rule is this is a collection and drop-off service. So if you need to rehome a pet, I mean, there are specific websites for rehoming pets as well. I definitely wouldn't be going to Vinted because I feel like Vinted and eBay are very much seen as I will post your item to you and you will receive it in the post. I don't think a cat is a good idea to send in the post. Please don't send a cat in the post. What is wrong? Halter neck knit crop. Backless halter neck knitted crop top. It looks like a sausage. It looks really bizarre. I think that's the neck. I think. It looks like a cut off sleeve from a jumper. I would have maybe put this one on a hanger to display it and shown like the backless bit because there seems to be only one photo. It looks like a little poop on the floor. I would not buy that. Ordered a dress, received cardboard. How's this gonna go? Ordered a dress and received cardboard. Do people actually do that? Is that a scam? Because I know that when you send stuff, you print off your little shipping label and then you ship it. And then once it's scanned, it says it's been dispatched. Then once they collect it and they don't say there's a problem, that's when the money comes through. But surely if you're sending cardboard instead of a garment of clothing, or does garment just mean a piece of clothing? I don't know. But surely if you sent cardboard instead of a dress, somebody's going to open it and be a little bit suspicious. I don't think you're going to get paid. I'm not sure if that is the best scam. The best thing to do is to not try and scam people at all. Imagine if somebody's just sat at home coming across this post and they're like, oh, well, that's why I ended up with the dress and I've lost my cardboard. It could have been an innocent mistake. A slice of pizza, very good. A pound for a slice of somebody else's oven cooked. But that's not even a takeaway pizza. That is one you get at the supermarket and you put in the oven, and it's that's not even a quarter slice. That is no more than a sixth slice. And is that an olive atop the pizza? Criminal. No. How are you going to get the pizza to somebody? Oh yes, takeaway in 3 to 5 working days. Slight risk of mold. Behold, my beautiful new jacket. They sent a newspaper instead of a jacket. I hope this doesn't happen to me. I've not got my beautiful new jacket yet, and I really hope it's not a newspaper. I'm very sorry. I hope they got their money back and didn't have to return the newspaper. A safety card for a Boeing Dreamliner aircraft. New with tags. They don't have tags. They don't come with tags. These are free. They're trying to get 10, is that euros again? Or 10 pounds? I don't know. They're trying to get 10 something for it. 10 euros, I think, for a free leaflet you get on a plane. The only use case I can see for this is if somebody was super duper into planes and the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner is quite a spenny plane to get on and they've never been on one and they're collecting the safety cards from all of the planes, and I've just created a really niche hobby. But I feel like, I'm saying people will sell anything, but I do think people will buy almost anything. I could not see anybody buying a pizza slice or a cat over Vinted. I couldn't see somebody buying the used underwear, if I'm honest. I could see somebody buying a safety pamphlet for a plane. Maybe not for that much money, that is extortionate, but I could see somebody buying it. I'm just saying. Description says my chopped off hair. It's a photograph of a dog playing with a plait of hair. Hair plait, one size, good. Category my. Wait, my hair plait? £20. Donate it. Donate it to these companies that make wigs for people. That would be a beautiful thing to do with all of that hair. But instead, you're selling it for £20 and you're showing that it's been chewed by your dog. This must be a joke. This is not real. YSL silk tie. That's a funny looking tie. Those look like bookends to me. £5. You'd kind of be tempted to buy it just to see what you ended up with, wouldn't you? See, it says metallic grey, 100% silk. Very good condition. Has somebody just uploaded the wrong photograph? Another one. Where are your intestines meant to be? Ralph Lauren, baby pink and white polo shirt. Very good condition. £21 for a polo shirt with no waist. Why would you tuck it in? I don't really understand. This is like Bad Women's Anatomy, having a slight crossover from my other channel right now. That's terrible. Unrealistic body ideals being portrayed with a Ralph Lauren second-hand baby pink and white polo shirt for £21. Just put it on a hanger and take a nice photograph of it. If I come across any of this actually in the wild and not on a subreddit, is this taken on somebody's lap? Chinese chicken curry noodles and chips, £2. There's a fork there. Is this their leftover? That bit of noodle on the end looks dangerously close to going on the blanket. Why do people think anybody wants their leftover food for money when it would need to get shipped out? Like, unless you were sending this in like a food safe transportation way, or you're like Barbara down the road, just give away your leftovers if you don't want to eat them. There are plenty of people who would like them. You don't need to sell them on Vinted. Black gloves, good condition, £2. Someone's selling a pair of black latex gloves. You know, the ones that come in the big box, for £2, and they're used because the condition is good, not new. We are not in the times of COVID. People are not going to pay £2 for one pair of used latex gloves. Because the whole point of them is they're supposed to be sterile. But if they've been used by somebody else, you can't use them for pretty much any purpose that you would use them for. You can't like tattoo somebody with them or do a medical procedure with them because they've been used. Oh, good lord. Shrek has a great booty. Naked ogre Shrek fridge magnet, new without tags. That is the best thing so far. He kind of looks like a frog, but I see the Shrekness as well. Wow, I cannot stop staring at that butt. Mum jeans for a mum without organs. That's what these are. What has happened? I don't think this is the setup of the photograph. They do kind of look... No, they have been folded in, actually. I thought it was just the super scrunch waistband, but these have been folded in as well as having a scrunchy waistband. This is not appealing. This does not make me want to buy your item of clothing if I'm like... How the hell would anybody fit in there? That's a waistband for my arm. Oh, go swimming. Headphones, very good condition. They are clearly broken. They are not in very good condition. What is going on? Do people just go through a bin bag and they're like, yeah, let's sell this stuff. It's all broken, stained, smells like garlic, used underpants with stains on them. Yum. Let's sell it. Interesting choices.
Choices.
A packet of tomato ketchup that they give you for free at some takeaway places. Apparently, it's for 6-year-olds or 116 centimetre tall children. It's new without tags. That's very important. See, the only thing that could have made this worse is if it was a used ketchup packet. £15? No, someone's just taking the piss, aren't they? I swear half of these must just be people literally going, I wonder what the biggest piece of shit is that I could sell on Vinted. I wonder what the most bizarre thing is that somebody would buy from me on Vinted. Is there some secret challenge going on that I don't know about? I feel like there must be. Holy crap, that is a lot of Jellycats. Oh my god. Oh, I love the little skeleton. Oh, the waffle. What is that thing? A moon, a plant. A sandcastle. I can't believe they made a sandcastle Jellycat. What is that? Little fingers. Fascinating. A ruler, a skateboard. I do love a Jellycat, but I do think with quite a few things, they've just gone very out there, very niche. I don't hate it because, you know, if there's somebody that is just super duper into rulers, you can now get a plushie of it. But there are other things where I'm like, why? Why? Anyway, this person says all Jellycat. And if you say all Jellycat, I'm going to assume that you are selling every single Jellycat that has ever been made. And guess how much they want for it? £30,000. 30,000. Whoa. Don't do it. No. They are not worth £30,000. Like, let's say, do a quick calculation. Let's say the average Jellycat is like £15. That would be 2,000 Jellycats. Let's say the average Jellycat is £30. That's 1,000. I didn't need a calculator for that. That's 1,000 Jellycats. I don't think there are 1,000 Jellycats in this photo, which means extortionate. Oh, I want to be nice. I don't know how much they're selling for. Homemade crochet minions. They look like little potatoes with spiders for eyes. Do you know, everybody starts somewhere, and if I tried to crochet, it would not be this good even. But why are you selling them? I do think, like, hobby is great. Get better at your hobby. If you are then good at like a sellable level of your crochet or your art or whatever you're making and doing, fantastic, sell it. But this is a no. Shaba's little sister, who was like 12 or 13 at the time, crocheted as a frog each for Christmas. And they are beautiful. She could absolutely sell them. They're so good because she's been practicing for years. I think this person just needs to do a bit more work before they actually sell things. I don't know who's going to buy these possessed minions. Limited edition party ring, 9XL, new with tags. It's out the packet, Sandra. That's not new with tags. £5 for 2 party rings. This is a 2 and only party rings, except they're not rings. They have no hole. You get extra icing, which is my dream. So eat them. If it's your dream, eat the damn party rings. Don't sell them on Vinted. One of them looks like you've had a little nibble of the icing. They put them in category blazers. Material, glass and lace. Glass and... Oh, please, no. Just eat your party rings. That's not that rare. Most packets of party rings have at least one where the hole is covered, no? Merino wool sweater, new without tags, £12, never worn. You're wearing it in the photo, mate. You might want to adjust the description. Okay, when we shop online, there are models who are wearing the clothes. So I think we've become so accustomed, when I say we, the royal we, to buying clothes that are being worn by somebody, and that's how we see. But they're not the actual item of clothing you're buying. There's something kind of uncomfortable about somebody wearing the exact item of clothing that you are wanting to buy. Like a complete stranger wearing the jumper that I want to buy. I can get over it, but not when you say it's never been worn. You are wearing it, sir. There is evidence of you wearing it. Oh, now this I approve of. Reformation dress. new with tags, and they have decided to display it on a what seems to be life-size cardboard cutout of Pedro Pascal. Wow, what a pretty man. And that's a very pretty colour dress actually as well. I will say, however, it's not the best way to display an item of clothing because it has made it wrinkle a bit, but I cannot knock them for trying. It's had 377 favourites, so I think a lot of people are enjoying the fact that this dress is on Pedro Pascal, and I don't blame them. And on that wonderful note of Pedro Pascal, that is where we're going to end the video today. I hope you enjoyed this. It was just a little bit of fun, not spawned by Vinted. Obviously, I do enjoy the platform. I do enjoy the fact that people will try and sell absolutely anything, and some people can be very bizarre. I feel like some of my strangest interactions in life have been with people that I've been trying to buy things from or sell things to. It's a really interesting process, especially Facebook Marketplace for some reason. I tend to avoid that altogether now because had some very weird responses over the years. But anyway, I hope you like this video. Think about giving a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to. You're going to see some names on the screen of my lovely Patreons. You can go support me over on Patreon as well. It just helps me keep on creating content. And a big shout out to my top tier Patreons: Ginger Blues, Tig, Night Soul, Sugar Joe, Elden K, Nesta, The Third Hat Man, Max Makes Mods, Dylan Irving, Rive Champimon, Chloe, Iona Balash, TNS Mum, Sally Drew, Randy, Albar, Marv Mallow, Rachel Raptor, Jesse Imbecile, Gosco, Sienna Lamb, Slayer, Sarah Hobbs, The Paisley Prince, Riley Ray, Build Out the Shoe at AAA_Mars, The Deck of Cards, and Claire Henley. I was really trying to say it all in one breath, but I failed. But thank you so much for all your support. It really means a lot. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next chapter. Bye, and much love, and goodbye.